Hey, on this week's show, we're going to be looking at Jane's F-15 Eagle, Ultima Ascension, All-Star Baseball, and we're going to be visiting E3 on Akuji the Heartless, or Akuji the Wonderful, like my wonderful Marilyn.
Iguana are the guys who brought us Quarterback Club and Turok for the Nintendo 64. This year, they're bringing us All-Star Baseball 99, and the graphics are even better than those other games.
All-Star Baseball 99 is one of the most stellar products, we've ever put out here. Without a doubt, I would say it probably is the best Nintendo 64 sports game there is now.
How did you guys get this thing to this kind of polish?
We spent a good 8 months to a year doing all the graphics for the game. The stadiums, we have every stadium in the league, and they're perfect representations of the real stadiums.
How is this game going to impact acclaimed sports franchise or upcoming future sports titles?
After Quarterback Club was finished, we decided to start with a brand new engine from scratch that was going to be our main sports engine. It was going to do everything faster and better than anything else. So what we've developed over the last year and a half is a 640 by 480 high-res 3D engine. You can see in All-Star Baseball what we've been able to achieve. And with that, we're carrying that over. We're doing a basketball game, a wrestling game, a soccer game, as well we're doing hockey. So we've taken this engine that we've optimized for sports and applied it to 6 different sports games. And I think that that's going to help us, rule the sports world on this machine.
What are some of the gameplay features in the title that make it unique?
Most of the games, it's just timing. You wait, you hope you swing at the right time. Baseball's not about that. Baseball's about knowing the pitcher where he throws the ball and then being able to get your bat to that location, as well as timing. So we created a unique interface which allows you, as the batter, to try and see the ball coming out of his hand, determine where it's going to go, and then move your bat out to that location to hit the ball, as well as hit the timing.
You guys are using the Rumble Pack in this game as well. How are you guys doing that?
What we're trying to do is use it in ways that have never been used before.
Yeah.
When you're pitching, you have the ability to move a pitch icon throughout the strike zone. And when it gets to the edge of that strike zone, it starts to rumble a little bit. And as you get a little closer to the corner of the strike zone, it rumbles even more.
Very cool.
So without actually seeing the icon, the user's allowed to feel if he's on the edge of the strike zone or not as the pitcher. The N64 baseball products that are coming out against All-Star Baseball are more arcade style games. We wanted to allow a person to go in and make a player, make their own player, create him, bring him up in spring training, bring him up into a league, pull him into the season. Once you pull him onto a team out of the free agency list, and you play with this team, if you hit well with him, if you play well with him, he has a chance of making it onto the All-Star team just like anybody else. So for your ability to create this guy and actually play with him for a full season and try and get him onto the All-Star game at the All-Star break is just really cool.
How about special teams and hidden features and stuff in the game?
There's definitely hidden teams, hidden stadiums, hidden
Come on, give us
features.
Come on, just one. Come on.
No, I can't do that.
One team. Come on.
Maybe later.
Yeah, when's later?
There's probably an iguana team if you look really closely.
Okay. What position do you play on the iguana team?
You just have to find it and find out. Yeah, I'm the coach. There you go.
Bad boy.
Not bad boy. I'm the water boy.
What are we going to expect from All-Star Baseball 2000?
We probably left 40% of the design ideas on the floor on this one, so you can expect all those to be put back in.
Do you guys believe in voodoo magic?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Voodoo is something that will only work if you believe in it.
Do you guys believe in voodoo magic? Definitely.
I don't think we'd be here if it wasn't for voodoo magic.
Do you have a voodoo doll?
No.
Do you wish you did?
Yes.
Of who?
I don't think I'll say that.
Okay.
Recently, I was invited to Crystal Dynamics, and I got to meet 2 beautiful women. And we talked about their new game, I'm here at Crystal Dynamics with Stephanie and Jessica, and we're here talking about a new game.
Yo, buddy.
Oh,
Sam, remember?
and Sam.
Yeah,
Sam,
good to see ya.
the producer of the game.
Thank you.
Right.
What we're trying to get you to pay attention to here, Tommy, is Akuji the Heartless. Akuji is a practitioner of voodoo, and he's all set to get married to this beautiful woman, Kisho. And Akuji's brother, who can't stand the fact that two rivaling clans of voodoo are uniting on a day, comes and rips Akuji's heart out right in the middle of the ceremony.
I hate when that happens.
I hate it when that happens, thus banishing Akuji to the underworld. And it is here in this underworld that Akuji must fight his way through, using his voodoo power and his hand-to-hand combat ability to fight these evil zombies and cultists and demons. Akuji will progress through 12 huge worlds, all set with these gorgeous lighting schemes, with vertex morphing, vertex lighting. We'll send him into bonus, sometimes combat rooms, sometimes shooting gallery type rooms.
Now, one of the cool things that I noticed in this is that it's very fast. You're not struggling to go places.
No.
Is this using the Gex engine?
Use the Gex engine as sort of a springboard for us. Faster frame rates. We can't have the user getting bogged down with frame rate, or he'll just put the controller down and go play something else. So lots of fighting, lots of shooting.
Lots of decapitation.
Well, you know, this is a bit of a macabre game. This isn't your kiddie adventure, let me tell you.
Now, I see a lot of bones on the floor and stuff. Can you actually pick up the bones and beat the guy senseless with it?
Well, we're not planning to make this caveman game.
So what does the name Kuji actually mean?
It means man with twins.
The Ultima series has always been a huge success. Well, now they're moving into 3D. Get ready for Ultima Ascension.
Hey, Electric Playgrounds here in Austin, Texas. We're in Origin, and this is the Hamster Trail. I'm with Ed Del Castillo, who's the producer of Ultima Ascension. How you doing? This is the latest version of the Ultima series.
Definitely,
Yeah.
but it's more than that. It's actually the first 3D Ultima we've ever done. It's a completely new experience from the top down. We have a world that you actually really feel like you're part of, the avatar kind of right in front of you.
All the previous Ultimas have been in 2D top-down bitmap graphics. With the advent of 3D hardware, I can get the polygon count they need to do the high-end presentation as well as the detailed interactivity that I need in an Ultima.
We're trying to strip away a lot of the things that made RPGs clumsy in the past.
Okay.
And we're getting right down to the core emotional feeling, you know, of coming around that corner and seeing that monster and just, you know, fighting your first impulse to run instead, you know, whipping out your sword and fighting him.
How is the control going to be different for this game? Obviously, it's in 3D space.
You're really controlling a camera behind the avatar, so you're going to be able to like look around on the fly and see the world. Takes what has classically been some of the learning curve and some of the difficulty out of RPGs and gets back to the fun.
Role-playing games in general, and especially Ultimas, usually have a pretty high barrier to entry, including my most recent release, Ultima Online. Day one, you have to learn about 40 skills and what they mean. Terribly intimidating, even if you already know role-playing games.
Right.
Once you know a spell, you might be able to learn 2 or 3 more, or go back and learn how to use that sword.
Right.
And so you can evolve the skills of your character as you wish, as you play the game.
It's going to lead you to the final battle of the series with the Guardian.
How did you guys manage to get this 3D world together? What is the technology that you guys are using?
Spit and baling wire? No. They just learned it from the ground up. You know, a lot of this industry is self-taught.
Yeah.
And I think as a result, you have a lot of people who really, really know the guts of the game and really, really know how to do 3D. And now we're really happy with our coding staff, and you know, I think it's going to be really, really good. We got a really fast game. They're the ultimate dragons out there, and we totally didn't want to lose them. We're really sensitive to the fact that they you know, are really sensitive to issues like gameplay and depth and the scope of the game. You know, they don't want something that they can burn through in a weekend. And we're going to do our best, you know, to give them that. That does away with all the stuff that you hated about fantasy and just gets back to the fun.
That's great. That sounds like fun. Nice to meet you, Ed.
Thanks.
Bye, Mom.
There we go.
We had a chance to talk to Ron Gilbert about his success with Total Annihilation.